What's up? So last video I tore this thing apart, getting ready to put a cam in it. If you weren't here for the last video, this is my 79 G20 van. Bought it, built it basically just to go on vacation and to have another van. First classic van. So I drove it to Maine from Ohio, 1,000 miles each way, and had big problems while we were up there and had to limp it home the 1,000 miles before I tore into it. Discovered it had a wiped lobe. It was more than a wiped lobe. So I came out here one night. I was just taking some stuff off the front of the motor, pulled the timing cover on a small block. It's kind of smart idea to pull the oil pan, makes it a little easier getting it off. And boy, am I glad I did. Let me show you this. So I found all sorts of, I'm assuming, pieces of the cam in it. I mean, that you can hear that falling. That's chunky. Was kind of expected, but then I come over here. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's pull this up for you first. Yep. Let's see if we can find the culprit. Oh, right there. See that guy that's round? Yeah, that's a problem. But if you look carefully, there's a couple more in here that are, you know, like that guy there. He's a little rounded off. That one's a little round. That one's a little round. But it gets bad when you start looking at the lifters. Here's that stuck one. Ouch. That one's hurt. That one's dished. That one's hurt. Let's look at them this way. Hurt. Okay. That one's also dished. And that one's starting to change colors. Hurt, okay, hurt, okay. It's got a little bit of stuff going on. Same with that one. They're okay, but yeah. So I'm glad I tore this thing down way farther. I have a cam, and I finally have a little bit of free time. Why am I so busy? I don't know. But Ohio decided to go from summer to winter. So now I get to do this in the cold because I haven't fired my wood burner up yet. So let's see what we got. So I got a Summit cam kit. The 1103 cam. It's a little hotter than the stock cam in it. Honestly, I'm probably not even going to notice really any performance difference. New timing set, new water pump gaskets. Obviously, had the lifters over here soaking and the push rods soaking. So now, you know, everything has to go back in. Sorry you didn't get to see me pull a cam out. It's not a huge deal. So I'm going to get it back in and start getting this thing back together because I have a lot of stuff that's got to go on in this shop this winter. And I can't have this one broken. Oh, by the way, that one's broken. It's also pushed out an intake gasket. So huge vacuum leaks there. Sweet. Tons of problems with all of, you know, other vehicles. Seems like the only one that hasn't had a problem is my 2010 Tacoma with 265,000 miles on it. So, cars, man. Cars. They are pain. So, let's get at it. So this is a pretty nice cam kit. Came in at just under 200 bucks for the cam and the lifters. Little known fact, or maybe it's a widely known fact. Summit's parts that are branded Summit are typically reputable company parts, just reboxed. So if you buy a intake system, there's a good chance it's going to be a K&N. And so in the past, Summit cams were either Lunati cams or comp cams, but you know, just reboxed with a Summit part number. I don't know what this is, but they are always an American-made cam. So this one's nice. It's going to use stock distributor gear. Came with some moly grease that I'm not going to use because I'm just going to use this Ultra Slick. This stuff blends pretty good with oil. I'm sure this moly grease does too. But either way, this thing's going to have a break-in procedure and then another oil change. I've done more oil changes on this van than any vehicle I've owned for less than 2 months. So I'm going to use this stuff liberally. Let's see if we can even get it to the bottom of the bottle. I watched a funny video of a guy rebuilding a 6.5 diesel. Had the best line I've ever heard. If a little bit of this is good, a lot's better. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to use a lot, and we're going to put it on everything. So we'll just get her started in there, and I'll show you what I do. Get them the rest of the way. It's kind of hard to get past the header panel here. So once I get 2 bearings or so sitting, I come in here and thread in 2 long bolts. I think they're 5/16 bolts. Just so I can tip the cam upward, because sometimes you fight getting them through those bearings in the back. Okay. Okay. One more. Oh, come on. This last one always sucks. Give it a little spin. My light is falling. Why does my light always fall whenever I'm recording something? Make sure that assembly lube is really coating those bearings. I think you gotta be over there. Nice, cool, and my light fell. Painless. Probably going to be all up in your way. The GM timing sets are pretty easy. You just line up dot to dot with the engine at top dead center. See if I can do this and stay out of your way so you can see. Okay. Get on the second one. Alright, let's just get the bottom gear on real quick. Come on. Oh, yeah. There we go. Mark is pointing upward. Get this little guy lined up. Well, helps if you put the chain on. See that? I didn't get my chain lined up. Come on. There we are. I don't know if you're supposed to soak your timing covers or not, or timing sets. Maybe you are. I never do. It appears that our dots are not perfectly lined up. Strange. Okay, now she's perfect. So the bottom gear wasn't fully seated against the crank, so I just pressed that on the rest of the way. No clue why it was not letting the top gear line up, but now it's meant. This is an adjustable timing set, but because this is just a basically stock camera placement, back to 0. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do for tonight is drop these lifters in. I've had them soaking in oil, so this is all going to drip out the bottom of the motor and make a huge mess. So I'm going to drop these in the bores, drop the push rods in, and maybe adjust the rockers quickly, loosely for the first time. Usually, of course my light is falling again. Why wouldn't it? Usually they would say to put a little assembly lube on the bottom of these, but if you remember, I lubed the shit out of the lobes, and these have been sitting in oil for about a week. So I know they're nice and lubed up. Nice and full of oil too. So should adjust pretty easily. I'm running low on battery, so I'm just going to adjust those. It's cold out and my phone battery is just not lasting. So get those adjusted, and that'll be it for the night for me. And I'll be back tomorrow, maybe, whenever I find some more free time. So see you then. So it's a couple days later. My buddy stopped over yesterday, and we were just chewing the fat and ended up working on this thing a little bit while he was here. Put the oil pan, the water pump, and power steering pump, and just fiddle around a little bit. Today I'm gonna get the intake on, front drive on, try to get the radiator in. Maybe I'll just time lapse some of that stuff. Man, it is windy out tonight, so I don't know how much of that I'm gonna record because you saw me put an intake on in the last video. So I'm gonna slam some parts on, and I'll get you in there when we're closer to starting it. This is what I was saying before. That's a Summit part number, Summit package, but it's a Mr. Gasket intake kit. So what I'm saying is they're reputable brands at a fraction of the price. Alright, got everything hooked back up. Got the coil disconnected. I want to crank this thing for a little bit, build some oil pressure, and then we'll fire it. I got the timing light hooked up, so when it does fire, I can jump out and set base timing real quick. Oh yeah, we got oil pressure. Alright. Fire in the hole. Of course. Wow. Hello. Big backfire. Is she on fire? Alright, we were definitely 180 out. Should have double checked that before I put everything together, but it's not a big deal. If it doesn't fire this time, I'm done with it for the night because it's already late. So, here we go. Nice. So that's it for tonight. I don't want to run this thing any longer. I don't have any juice in the radiator. So, yeah, got timing set. And I guess tomorrow I'll fill it with necessary juices and get the front end back together. So, see you then. She's spent. Juices are all filled. Don't worry about that little spill on the floor. It's because I don't know how to use a funnel. But timing set. She's up to temperature. She sounds awesome. No ticks, no clicks. She's mint. nice and smooth. Nice smooth idle. Super responsive. So all I have to do is finish putting the front end together, which is obviously just a grill and some headlight bezels, put the doghouse back in, and she's done. Probably won't drive it very much more this season because it is getting cold, and you know, Ohio's favorite thing to do in the winter is just dump salt on the roads. So this thing's going to be going into storage, and I got a pile of stuff to do this winter. So I'm glad this thing's done. It's been tying up my lift for like a month. Yeah, a month. It's been the longest cam swap known to man. But hey, I'm busy. I can't help it. You know, I work on it when I can. So, finish this up, get it ready to go into storage, maybe drive it a few more times, but who knows. And then I got to fix 55, and some other exciting stuff will be coming in. So, see you then. Thanks for watching.